It's the morning after payday. The number in your account looks healthy. You feel a small, quiet relief. And then the week happens. A bill here. Groceries. A dinner you didn't plan. A subscription you forgot about renews. By the following Friday, you check your balance again. And that healthy number has quietly shrunk to something that makes your stomach drop. You find yourself doing quiet math in the supermarket aisle, putting one thing back on the shelf. You're not lazy. You work hard. But somehow the getting ahead part never seems to arrive. If that loop sounds familiar, you're in good company. Most people try to fix it with willpower. They promise that this month they'll budget properly, track every dollar, say no to themselves at every turn. And for about 9 days, it works. Then life gets busy, the spreadsheet gets abandoned, and the guilt rolls back in. There's a calmer way to do this, and it has very little to do with discipline. I recently read I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, and the thing I liked most is how little it asks of you as a person. It builds a simple money system that runs in the background, whether you're motivated that week or completely exhausted. So today, let's walk through 3 pieces of that system. Pour yourself something warm. This one's easy to set up. The first piece is this. Stop trying to save what's left over. Save first, automatically, before you can touch it. Here's the worry most of us carry. We tell ourselves we'll save whatever remains at the end of the month. The problem is, at the end of the month, there's nothing remaining. Life expands to fill whatever's in the account. So the saving never happens, and we feel worse about ourselves every time we look. Now flip the order. Imagine that the day after you get paid, before you've spent a cent, a small slice of that money quietly moves itself. Some into savings, some into investing. You never see it, so you never miss it. By the time you're deciding what to spend, the important part has already been handled. I think about a friend who spent 2 years saying he'd start saving next month. Next month never came. One Sunday afternoon, instead of promising himself again, he spent 20 minutes setting up automatic transfers. A small amount into a savings account the morning after each payday. A little more into a simple investment account. Then he forgot about it. 6 months later he logged in and found a cushion sitting there that he'd never once had to think about. He didn't get more disciplined. He just stopped depending on discipline. That's the quiet power of a system. A budget is a decision you have to make again every single day, and willpower tends to run out by Wednesday. A system is a decision you make one time, on one calm afternoon, and then it keeps making the right choice for you on every day you're too tired to. So here's your small action for this one. This week, set up a single automatic transfer. It doesn't need to be big. $20 the day after payday is plenty to start. The amount matters far less than the habit. You set it up once, and it works for you every payday after that, for as long as you let it run. The second piece is about spending, and it might surprise you, because it hands you permission instead of taking it away. The worry here is the one almost everyone has with budgeting. It feels like punishment. It feels like a long list of things you're suddenly not allowed to enjoy. And that's exactly why most budgets fall apart. Nobody sticks to a plan that makes their daily life smaller and grayer. So try this instead. Decide what you genuinely love, and spend on it freely, without guilt. Then cut hard on the things you don't actually care about. If your morning coffee is a real bright spot in your day, keep it. Keep it proudly. But take an honest look at the 3 streaming services you never watch, the app subscription you forgot you signed up for, the membership you've used twice this year. That's where the quiet money leak lives. The whole idea is to aim your money at what lights you up. Someone who lives for travel should book the trip and skip the fancy car. Someone who loves a calm, comfortable home should buy the good sheets and happily skip the nights out. Your list won't look like anyone else's, and that's exactly the point. I knew someone who felt guilty every time she went out for a nice dinner with friends, which happened to be one of her favorite things in the world. Meanwhile, she was paying for 2 music apps, a fitness app she'd opened exactly once, and a magazine bundle she never read. She cut all of the dead weight in a single afternoon and kept the dinners. At the end of that month, she'd actually spent less, while feeling like her life had more in it, not less. Your small action here is gentle. Look back at what you spent money on last month. Find the one thing that genuinely made you happy, and give yourself full permission to keep it. Then find one thing you honestly won't miss, and cancel it today. Just one. That's the whole exercise. The third piece is the one that takes the most weight off your shoulders, because it tells you what to stop worrying about. The worry sounds like this. I bought a coffee, I ordered lunch, I'm clearly terrible with money. We carry an enormous amount of guilt about small daily purchases. And while we're busy feeling bad about a $4 coffee, we tend to ignore the handful of numbers that actually shape our financial life. What we pay in rent. What we earn. Whether our money is invested or just sitting still. Let's put that in perspective. Skipping your coffee every single day might save you around $100 in a month. That's real, but it's small. Now compare that to asking for a raise, which could be worth thousands of dollars a year, every year going forward. Or moving your savings out of an account earning nothing and into a simple investment that grows over decades. A few big decisions outweigh a lifetime of small guilt. And the earliest of those decisions matters the most. Money you put away in your 30s has decades to grow on its own, quietly multiplying in the background while you get on with your life. Starting small now beats starting big later, almost every time. I think of someone who would agonize over whether to order takeout, genuinely lose sleep over it, but had never once asked for a raise in 5 years at the same job. His savings sat in a basic account earning almost nothing. One slightly nervous conversation with his manager, and one afternoon moving his money into a low-cost index fund, did more for his future than a decade of skipped lunches ever could. So your action here is to pick one big number this month and give it a little attention. You don't have to fix everything at once. Maybe you look up what a low-cost index fund actually is. Maybe you write down the single sentence you'd use to open a conversation about a raise. Choose one big lever, and spend your energy there instead of on the small stuff. And that's the system. It works precisely because it's so simple. Automate your savings so it happens without you. Spend freely on what you love and cut what you don't. And point your real attention at the few big wins instead of the small daily guilt. Notice what's missing from all of this. Nowhere does it demand that you become a different, more disciplined person. You get to stay exactly who you are. The setup does the heavy lifting. You don't need to be good with money. You need a money setup that's good to you, one that keeps working on the days you're tired, busy, or not thinking about it at all. If money has felt like a constant low hum of stress in the back of your mind, take this as your permission to stop white-knuckling it. Set the system up once. Then go and live your actual life, knowing the important parts are quietly taking care of themselves. Life is hard. Borrow wisdom. I'll see you in the next one.